kept secrets travel.
Next thing we're going to roll straight onto is how to find your inspiration for your photos. One of the main things that Morgan and I know we use a lot, we use Instagram. I've got a lot of photographers which I love following who also do editing videos and stuff like that. Personally, I love Jacob. You really like Drubinski.
Yeah, Drubinski, Sam Calder, a lot. And so with lots of these things, nowadays it is so easy to find photographs and places that you can literally look up on the internet Instagrammable locations and then insert city name or country, and it is so easy now, so you've got no excuse not to get amazing photos.
And if you want a best kept secret, try not to actually use that. That is the foundation of trying to get you into photography. But the main thing Morgan and I are really passionate about is when you go on these holidays, try not to do the stereotype Instagram photo. Try and think of something creative. Try and think of something new. Maybe practice some of the techniques that you've learned from these different people if you're just starting out or you're really trying to improve your photography game or videography game. But really try and think outside of the box. What can I do differently? What can I shoot differently? Because that's what's really going to put you ahead and differentiating from people. Because if you are trying to make a bigger presence on any social media platform, you don't just want to be another person in front of Burj Khalifa standing in front of the same thing. You don't want to be
touching the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone does Leaning Tower of Pisa. If you're going to do Leaning Tower of Pisa, think of a different pose that you could do. Yeah, think of something creative. You can be next to Leaning Tower of Pisa. Think of something completely different, completely new that you could do. Yeah. A lot of people do the Bolivian salt planes. Yeah. But the hilarious thing is actually the ideas that I'm still seeing, which are new, which people come out with, and they're now pre-thinking before they even get that. And I think that's amazing because people are constantly thinking of the next funny thing that they can do with it.
But I think one of the other ways of not planning it is actually to do something like a free walking tour, because on a free walking tour, one, you're being shown around by a local who knows the local area and can show you all the prettiest places, and two, you're actually walking around these historical places and you can get inspiration just by walking past these places. So I did a walking tour in Lima, and they had these beautiful, they did call them like social influencer areas because there were so many people taking photos there, but I would never found them otherwise. And there were social influencers actually taking pictures there, but there were actually no one that I followed, and so only by doing this free walking tour did I then find these places to then take photos.
Speaking of walking tours, we were also in La Paz, and then we came across that alleyway next to all the sort of witch doctor shops.
Oh yeah,
bizarre hanging fetus llamas outside. Alpacas, we'll talk about that in a future episode. But we then came across that alleyway where there's this insane graffiti along, but it was a bit of a memorial, but unbelievably cool work and art style, and we got some photos outside of there. But by doing these different tours, especially with locals and not just the big tour groups, you will really get taken to places which you didn't expect that you'd be taken to, and it might encourage that creativity from you guys.
Yeah, so definitely get lost is essentially the point.
Yeah, basically try and get lost, try and be more creative, and just have a bit of fun with it, because that's how you're going to learn the most. One of the things that we really want to make sure when talking about inspiration for locations is there is a lot of Photoshop and editing done out there. If you see a certain skyline when you're at a place, don't be disappointed when you get to that place that it's not exactly as you pictured in that image. Because, I mean, talking from experience, I can edit an image and make it look like completely different time of day. Yeah. I could change the night sky to northern hemisphere instead of southern hemisphere. There are so many things you can do. So,
there's apps that show you how to do that, which is really easy now as well.
Yeah, and lots of creators are showing how they edit. I mean, Jacob's a great example. I absolutely love his style of photography, but one of the things you need to accept is his style of photography also includes serious editing just to emphasize just
the colours.
The colours, the night sky. That's something we just want to push out there, just so you think about it.
And I would say to actually go on your influencers that you follow and actually see if you can notice the same sky, because we've done that a few times where you actually see the same sky in different photos. But a very big one, and it's quite a famous one, that is Instagram v reality, is in Bali. There is this beautiful location that everyone goes, gets these stunning photos, but all it is a guy showing showing a reflection off a mirror, and you stand in a queue so you can get this exact photo, and they take it for you. And we'll put a photo up here of people doing this. And I think it's crazy because unless you know that, you would have no idea. And you think that people are just these amazing photographers getting these amazing images that they've thought of themselves, and it's not. They're getting this because they're paying a bloke to take a picture of a mirror.
Now,